Hi, this is Amber Marsala, and today we're going to recap an amazing fight that many fans are nominating as Fight of the Year. Terence Crawford and Yuriorkis Gamboa were in an amazing battle last Saturday night at the CenturyLink Arena in Omaha, Nebraska. Most fight fans did not expect much from this fight, but instead, they got to see one of the best fights in boxing of 2014. This fight exemplified what boxing is all about and gave fans exactly what they wanted. Here with me live from Las Vegas covering the UFC fights this weekend to recap the fight is the very knowledgeable Big Papa. You have been in the sport of boxing for many years now. What did you take away from this fight?
Well, you're correct. It was an absolutely amazing fight, and it gave the fight fans exactly what they wanted. You know, when you tune in to see a boxing match, you want to see action. You want to see fighters, whether you know them or not, giving their best. That's really all we ever asked from them. And in this fight, we were introduced to Crawford. You know, relatively not really known in the boxing world yet. I mean, especially not in the general public. But after this fight, it was one of those things where people start telling people, friends start telling friends, "Did you see the fight? Did you see the fight?" And Gamboa was impressive because you had heard that name in the boxing circles for a long time, and about his ability, his raw ability, his natural ability. But this night, they both came to fight. You know, the first 4 rounds were really in favor of Gamboa, where you just thought, wow, with his physical prowess and his instinct and his natural ability, he was going to take over and probably take Crawford's title. But then all of a sudden, you know, Crawford kicked in and started his, you know, playing his strategy, and all of a sudden you're seeing a whole different fight. And there was times when you'd see exchanges happen where Gamboa was really connecting, but then Crawford was connecting, and you kept waiting for those right hooks to see if what damage Crawford's hooks were gonna cause. So I'm sitting there like a little kid anticipating Crawford's hooks, and all of a sudden, as he unloads them, he starts hurting Gamboa. So now you have 2 gentlemen who are in there, none of them running, none of them hiding. They're both in there exchanging and giving all they got. And this is just an incredibly exciting moment. And for boxing fans, what a treat to see a fight of that nature. I think we have a new star on the rising there, Crawford. It's someone that I'm definitely going to see. I'm going to put that on my calendar when he fights next. Same thing with Gamboa. Maybe in the future, I'd like to see a part 2.
So tell me, what do fights like these mean for the sport of boxing?
Well, it means a lot because, you know, one thing that hurts any sport, I think, is when the fans anticipate something. You know, it's entertainment at the end of the day, whether you're there buying a ticket or whether you're taking time off your Saturday night, you know, not going on a date with your girlfriend, and you're just sitting there watching the event. And for it to be a dud or a bust, you know, you go away with a bad taste in your mouth. But when a fight like this, I wasn't exactly thinking of watching that fight on Saturday night, but my dad asked me to stay with him and have dinner with him, and I did, and I was like, I wonder what's on. And then I saw my buddy text me, says, hey, are you going to watch the fight? And I just left it on. The first round started, I saw both of them. Second round came, and as the fight went on, I caught myself captivated by the fight and the possibilities. Even my dad, who was a major fight fan in his earlier days, was completely stuck on the television. At the end, we looked at each other and we're like, wow, what a fight. So if boxing could produce these kind of fights more often, and the fighters could go in there and really apply their abilities, you know, I mean, it's okay if they have to be defensive and, you know, use the ring and have ring generalship, walk around, dance around, and evade. That's part of defense. But when you go in there like Gamboa did, a striker, and he went in there to hurt the gentleman and win, whether it be outpoint him or whether it be to knock him out, and then you have his opponent who's a total technical fighter, Crawford, but who's unloaded some bombs, and they both go in there and saying, you know what, I want this fight. And the other guys, I want this fight. And, you know, that's just a no miss. So am I going to watch Gamboa's fight next time? Absolutely. Am I going to watch Crawford's next fight? Absolutely. Would I have said that a month ago? Absolutely not.
Now, do you believe that boxing is making a comeback?
I definitely think boxing is making a comeback. It's gaining a lot of new fight fans, a lot of new boxing fans. Take this fight for instance. I know that a lot of people talked about it. A lot of people saw it on the repeat, and it's something that we're going to want to see again. In other words, Crawford fights again. I want to see that Crawford come out, and Gamboa fights again. I want to see that Gamboa. And when all the fighters, a lot of fighters, more fighters start doing that, yes. And for a while there, UFC came into the scene with mixed martial arts, and their motto was as real as it gets, and they were basically promoting real fights, like our guys are going to throw down. And boxing in those days was doing maybe 1-2 major big events, but now there's really good fights to watch almost on a monthly basis. So is boxing making a comeback? Is boxing coming roaring? Absolutely, yes.
Now, how big of a fighter do you think Terence Crawford can become?
I have no doubt he's going to be a big one. In all my years of covering boxing, I've seen, Morales, Barrera in the early stages of their career. I got to see De La Hoya. We got to see Mike Tyson's. We got to see the Klitschko's when they first started. So you get a sense of fighters that just have that X factor. And Crawford, very low key, very calm, but boy is he explosive in the ring. And when he started unloading those bombs, he has a mixture, combination of strength, of size for that weight class, and speed. And he's very technical, but he's as we clearly saw, he's not afraid to exchange blows with the clubber like Gamboa. So is he someone to look out for? Absolutely. Is he someone that, if I had to bet, is going to be a star for a while? Yes, definitely.
What, in your opinion, does Top Rank need to do to make Terence Crawford the next big star?
I think they've done a great job, and the fact that they let him fight in his hometown, I think that was a big kudos to Top Rank for saying to him, you know what? Let your hometown see you in action. And then on his part, he put up. He asked to fight there. They gave him the opportunity to do it, and he stepped up. And so Top Rank gave him that opportunity. So now, what does Top Rank have to do? They gotta set up a good fight with another good fighter, and now the venue grows. Now the venue has to be bigger. Obviously, the future goal would probably be, Madison Square Garden or the big leagues, MGM Grand.
Well, thank you, Big Papa. Always a pleasure having you on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
So it's an exciting time in the world of boxing. Many people are saying boxing is making a big comeback, and with fights like this one, it's definitely the case. Make sure to tune into our channel for all the latest news and updates. I'm Amber Marsala, and I'll see you next time.